Hello and welcome to this week's Calorie Crush video. In case you're new here, here's the basics. My name's Carla, I'm nearly 50, I'm perimenopausal and I've recently started HRT. I'm limited regarding exercise due to bone-on-bone knees and lymphedema. I'm ex-Slimming World, ex-Weight Watchers and I've tried at-home hypnotherapy. I've considered weight loss surgery and I'm not planning to take that route. Since starting calorie counting, I've lost 7.5 stone, I regained just over 2 stone, and my current overall loss is just over 5 stone. Let's get on with the video.
Hello, welcome back to my channel, welcome to this week's Calorie Crush. What a difference a week makes in my attitude, in my frame of mind, in my general je ne sais quoi. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but what a difference a week makes. I spoke to you guys last Tuesday and I was despondent and I was giving up on not giving up, I was carrying on, but I didn't know how to carry on. I didn't seem to get the hang of it. And almost from that point, things got better. I've just cut my fringe, by the way, so hopefully it looks a little bit better, but I can't do anything about the reflection on the glasses because windows. I'm sure there is a way around this. I'm sure you have to film in a room with no windows and just have artificial lights, and you have to have them up there so that they don't reflect on your glasses and stuff like that. One of you guys said, please get the reflective coating on your lenses. I've tried that before. I absolutely hate it. It makes them really difficult to clean. So maybe I should just sit here in shades. But yeah, what a difference. I think one of the major differences this week is the sun has come out. Finally, we have had something resembling springtime and the weather has been better, and I always feel better about the world when the sun is shining and life in general. But something just seemed to click. I mean, I'll give you an example of how much something has clicked. Last week, I recorded the Calorie Crush at about 4 o'clock on the Tuesday. Normally it comes out, it used to come out first thing on the Tuesday morning, and I just put it off and I put it off and I put it off and I didn't want to do it and I couldn't face doing it. I'm recording this one at 8 AM on a Monday. Bang, up on the scales. Part of the difference is I knew what I was expecting on the scales because I have weighed every day this week. Now, I touched on this a few weeks ago that one of you said, oh, you shouldn't weigh every day. But actually for me, it's way, see what I did there? Way better to weigh every day. It's much, much better to weigh every day because if I can see that I have made progress from the day before, it inspires me not to ruin that, not to destroy that progress I've made. And if I stick to the plan, I do make progress. So I think for some people they would say, oh, it's disheartening because if you've stuck to it and you haven't lost, then it sends you off track. But if I've stuck to it, then I do lose. Something I've noticed from a trend of some of the comments is that, again, people think that I haven't succeeded in recent times because the way I am doing it doesn't work. But the reason I haven't succeeded in recent times is because I haven't been doing it at all, not because the way I've been doing it doesn't work. So 2,000 calories a day works for me, but I haven't been sticking to it for the longest time. For the longest time, oh, I might have a day when I've done under 2,000 and the next day do 4,000. So I've undone all of my own good work as I've gone along. So it's not that the way I do it doesn't work. It's that when I don't do it, of course it doesn't work. This week I've done it. This week I have from Tuesday onwards. So I had 2 bad days, Monday and Tuesday. I was still in self-destruct mode Monday and Tuesday. But from Tuesday onwards, from the point when I made my Calorie Crush video, and your comments, I think your comments helped because your comments pointed out that I was unhappy. A lot of your comments said you look so sad, and I thought I'm sad and I'm making myself sad. And there's enough things out there in the world to make you sad. There's enough people who want to make you sad without joining in and making yourself sad, you know. There's enough people who want to bring you down without you helping. Which just reminds me to touch on one more thing. The lady who left the comment on one of my earlier What I Eat in a Day videos from a while ago saying, wow, you never stop eating. We're going to do the 3 wise monkeys. I'm going to see no evil because I've blocked you. You're going to speak no evil because I've blocked you. And the rest of these guys are going to hear no evil because I've blocked you. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I want you to know that if you don't have anything nice to say, I won't allow you to say it at all. And that does not apply, obviously, to the huge majority of my viewers. And that doesn't mean that I just want you all to blow smoke up my ass all the time and tell me I'm wonderful. What it means is that if your comment has no value and is only intended to wound, I won't allow it. I won't allow it. It's not that I can't take constructive criticism, it's that I won't let people snipe at me anymore. It took a while for me to get here. I have had difficulties for a few years now with YouTube and the negative side of putting yourself out there. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not putting up with it. If you snipe, you leave. And if you don't like it, I won't know because you'll have left. So, what was I saying? I was saying that I had 5 good days. I got up on the Wednesday and I thought, okay, we are going to do this. I'm not going to make myself unhappy anymore. I am going to work at this. And I have consciously worked at this all week, and I have had 5 good days. Now, you may have been watching my What I Eat in a Day shorts, so I decided I would do my food diary daily again. I've been uploading it to TikTok. I don't really use my TikTok. There's probably only about 6 videos on there in total, maybe 7 now. But I thought I would use my TikTok for that. I would upload it to TikTok. And then I can just transfer that file across to YouTube. So I've done that on the daily. And I know some of you guys didn't enjoy them. The first 2 days I used the automatic voice caption reading thing. And I know some of you guys didn't do that. So then I've moved on to using my own voice. But what I thought I would then do is, if you don't enjoy the shorts, don't watch them. That's fine. I'm really doing it to keep me on track, really. Not for anybody else's edification, just to keep me on track. But then I will condense all of those. I'll take the sound off probably, and then just condense all of those into a food diary that I'll put within the Calorie Crush as well, so that if you don't want to watch the shorts, you can completely ignore them and you'll still get to see the food diary if you want to within the Calorie Crush. Or again, if you're really not interested in what I eat, then you skip the whole thing. You do whatever suits you best. But I did record my food diary daily, and I did update it as I went through the day, and it really helped. It really made a difference to how I was feeling. And I've had a couple of really, really low calorie days. So I'll put the food diary in here now, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about how I ate this week. So I've actually had a few really low calorie days, and not deliberately, because I know that 2,000 calories is enough, and I can still lose weight on 2,000 calories. But the couple of low-calorie days I found were when my meals were a bit out of kilter. So I had a bigger later breakfast and then quite an earlier evening meal because of going to work. So instead of going late breakfast and then later evening meal or snacks in between or whatever, I went, right, I'm going to have to have my evening meal before I go to work. So I might have had breakfast at 10 and then my evening meal at kind of like 4-ish. And what that has given me is a crack at intermittent fasting. It's given me an eating window, which we talked about intermittent fasting before, didn't we? And I tried it and didn't really dedicate myself to it, if we're honest. But what this has given me is it's given me a smaller eating window, and I know a lot of people succeed on that, but it has also meant that I've consumed less calories. And I haven't deprived myself to do it. I haven't gone, I'm only going to eat 1,300 calories today, or I'm only going to eat 1,200. I haven't done that deliberately. There's just been a couple of days when that has occurred. That said, it's not going to work every day. Because I had my evening meal earlier yesterday, it's now 8 o'clock on Monday morning and I'm starving. My stomach is grumbling. I haven't eaten yet because I got on the scales and then came to record the video. So I will be having an earlier breakfast today and then probably a light lunch because we're going out tonight. We're going out to somewhere very exciting. It's called Casa Brasilia and they carve off huge lumps of meat at your table. I'm so excited. Hopefully going to be able to vlog it. I'm going with friends and if they don't mind me vlogging, I'm hopefully going to vlog it. But yes, so today's eating window will not be that small window, but on the days when I've had that, I've consumed a lot less calories in a kind of a natural way rather than a conscious choosing that kind of way. I've very much cut down on snacks, trying to work fruit back into my diet because I kind of ignored fruit. I tend to ignore when I'm off plan, when I'm off track, when I'm not being good. I tend to actively avoid good food. Almost in a kind of I don't have to eat that at the moment because I'm not on my diet, haha. Well, that's crazy, isn't it? Because I like fruit. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that in my mind it comes under good food and therefore I don't have to eat it if I'm not being good. So, with all that said, it's time to show you what happened on the scales this morning. And like I said, it wasn't a huge surprise to me. If you're thinking she won't sound surprised when you hear my voice, it wasn't a huge surprise to me because I've got on the scales every day this week. So I've seen the trend as it's occurred. But here it is for you guys. Okay, I've had a solid 5 days on plan. Let's see the result. Last week I was 308 pounds. That's 302.2. I round that up to 302.5. Which is a loss of £5.5. Yay. So 5 good days have resulted in a £5.5 loss, and I needed that. I really needed that. As always, the disclaimer is that some of it is water weight. Whenever you get back onto any kind of decent eating plan, your body readjusts and loses some water weight and always. So as always, I know that it's unlikely that I've lost, so I've got a spot, unlikely that I've lost £5.5 of fat this week. But I'm still £5.5 down in weight. So last week my board looked like this. I don't think I showed you my board last week. I think I was so despondent that I didn't even get the board out last week. But I did, during the week, take off the £3 that I had gained. So this is the weight that I have lost, and because I'd gained I had to take 3 back off. This week I get to put 5.5 on. Look at that. I'm so proud of that now. I'm so proud of how well I've done this week. This one at the end says half. I don't know if you can make it out on the picture, but I wrote half on one because I count my losses. Even though the scales come up digitally, so it comes up as blah blah 0.2, I round that up and count in halves. So my weight loss to date from when I started this way back in August 2020 is now, and it has been better than this in the past. If you're just watching this video for the first time, I have regained some of the weight I had lost, so I'm working on that again now. But my current weight loss since I started in August 2020 is now 5 stone, 7.5 pounds. 5 stone, 7.5 pounds. I feel so much better about the whole thing. I feel like it's something I want to do again. I've been looking and planning ahead and thinking, okay, I've got this possible stumbling block coming, so I need to deal with that. This week I'm going away. I've got the week off work, annual leave, and I'm going with Lex. We're going away on Thursday morning. We're going up to see Jack in York, Jack Parish. and that is a potential stumbling block. But I'm planning and hoping that I will be able to stay within calories on those days, and I feel better. I feel more positive. I really do want to do this. I don't want to keep on gaining. I don't want to go back to being 27 stone 2. I don't want to be in pain anymore. I want my... Ow! Did you hear that click? That was my knee. I want my knees to stop doing that, although I don't think they ever will, but I want them to feel better. I want to be able to walk without pain again. I want to go back to doing the stuff that I was able to do with the dogs. Somebody said in one of my comments, oh, you know, remember you climbed a hill? And I'm like, yeah, and I can't do that at the moment. Partly because my knees are bad, but partly because I've gained the weight again. And the two things do tie in together, obviously. I have been back to the doctor. I have asked for the physio, how long is it reasonable to wait? Because I had to go back to the doctor anyway for my HRT follow-up. So while I was there, I said to her, you know, last time I asked you for a referral, and she said, oh yes, I did it. And then she said, oh, it could be up to 4 months. So it is not yet time to start worrying that it's not happening. But also, in other news, she has referred me to the weight loss management team again, because people have talked to me a lot about these, the Ozempic injection or the Saxenda injection, where you inject yourself. Saxenda, I think you use daily. Ozempic you use once a week, and it helps with weight loss. It's an appetite inhibitor, and it helps with weight loss. And I have given a lot of consideration. I talked to my doctor about it a couple of times, and she said, well, I'm going to refer you to the weight loss team. She said, because I can't prescribe it, you have to go through this weight loss team, and they will assess whether you're eligible or whatever. So she's referred me to them, but again, that referral also could take some time, and I've got to have some blood tests done before that can be done. And I've just realised I didn't make that appointment because there was a huge queue as I left the doctor, so I need to ring up and do that today. So yeah, I've got to have some blood tests and then go through this way, and then we'll talk about it and we'll see what goes from there. But in the meantime, I am feeling fired up about doing it myself and get on with it. And I want to thank you all, as always, for your support. You guys are so supportive in the comments, or bar the one lady who no longer will be able to post. But as a general, you guys are supportive, and you seem to understand how I struggle and what I'm struggling with, and I thank you all for that from the bottom of my heart. I'm not good at being supported. Maybe I'll talk about this in another video at some point. I know why. I know what the issue, what goes on there. Maybe I'll talk about it another time. But I'm a self-sufficient person, and I fought hard to retain that self-sufficiency. So when people are supportive, I don't really know how to deal with it, but I am grateful for it, and I thank you all for it all the time. And this is a long enough video. I've been boring you long enough. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's Calorie Crush. I'm proud of me. I know you'll be proud of me too. I don't need to hope you'll be proud. I know you will. I know you'll be proud of me too. And I'll see you next week, and let's hope that we are staying on, I was going to say the upward trajectory, but actually it's I want a downward trajectory for my weight, but an upward trajectory for my mood. That's the X factor, isn't it? See you next week. Take care. Bye for now.